Self-awareness is a superpower. Thank you for visiting Soul and Vibration. This video is about the zodiac sign Pisces. Pisces are born between February 19th and March 20th. Pisces is a water sign, a mutable water sign, a feminine water sign, ruled by the planet, originally by the planet Jupiter, who also rules Sagittarius, and by the planet Neptune. So with Jupiter being Sagittarius's original ruler, I think it's important for us to still hold on to the original rulers, because within the archetype you can see traits of the original ruler within that sign. So it helps us to better understand that sign. And Pisces are known to be super optimistic, very similar to Sagittarians. Pisces super optimistic in the sense that it'll come off as dreamy and unrealistic. And I have Pisces in my 7th house, and my moon is in the Pisces house, in the 12th house. So basically I can relate to basically being so optimistic about people to where I don't see people for who they are. So I feel like one thing that is important for Pisces to learn is that it is better to see people for who they are than to see the potential in them, because basically that is where a lot of your heartache and pain will come from, seeing the potential within people instead of seeing them for what they are. So it's almost like with that whole Jupiter optimism, and Jupiter's optimism has to do with big picture thinking. So this is where Pisces are able to see the bigger picture of a situation, see the bigger picture of who you are, see the bigger picture of what your potential is, instead of focusing on basically the little details of your character. Like Pisces opposite sign Virgo, both Pisces and Virgos are the helpers, the nurturers of the zodiac, not nurture in the sense of Cancer, who is like a mother figure, but the ones who want to heal you and help you. Virgo is more detail oriented, where Virgo will focus on the details and be practical about things, and that could be super annoying to Pisces, who wants to look at the bigger picture and be optimistic about the possibilities. But possibilities are great sometimes, because like Pisces are known to be dreamers. Dreams are the blueprint to reality. So first we have to dream something in order to make it happen. But at the same time, in some cases, it can get us in trouble. So with Pisces being mutable water, I feel like that's what makes Pisces a very psychic sign, because water represents emotions, and being mutable water, Pisces are super empathic and intuitive. It's like everywhere you go, you're pretty much molding and picking up the different vibes around you. I know having my moon in the 12th house, like, it makes me super sensitive. Like, I'm an empath. I could literally feel what other people are feeling, different aches, pains, anxiety, whatever. It's like it's like people are portals and spaces are portals, and Pisces are able to feel it all. And I feel like that might have to do with why Pisces are known for escaping, and because it's too much to always having to like pick up on everything that's going on around you, things that people are feeling, and most of the time people aren't even aware of what they're feeling. So from an early age, you'll learn to not even call their attention to it, because they might make you feel like you're crazy because they're in denial about what they're feeling, or maybe they don't want to give you that power to say yes, you can feel what they feel. So earlier I mentioned Pisces being the opposition of Virgo, and both Pisces and Virgos being healers, wanting to heal people. Pisces can be doctors and nurses and things like that, but I feel like the Piscean sign really heals people with art, because Pisces rules the 12th house, And the 12th house has to do with a couple things, and some of them is spirituality, is basically our subconscious mind, is isolation, prisons and hospitals and things like that. But one of the things that the 12th house rules is Hollywood, and Hollywood is a fiction. It seems like a fictional place where pretty much stories are told, and we're entertained with those stories and we're inspired by those stories. And with my moon being in the Pisces house, I find that music soothes my soul. I find that art on a whole just pretty much speaks to me. And I feel like that's what the Pisces energy does. Yes, the Pisces energy can literally heal a person hands on, but at the same time, like, heal people with art, heal people with creativity, beautiful music and things like that. With the Pisces sign being so optimistic and big picture thinking, I find that Pisces don't like to hear other people's truths. And what I call other people's truths is basically, I feel like in life it's like some facts are pretty obvious, and then some other facts are collective agreements. And I feel like Pisces don't want to hear your fact. Like, I find with Pisces, if you're not supporting their vision or their dream, it's like they will swim away as fast as possible. And in some cases, yeah, some people might have your best interest at heart and might see something that you're not able to see. But the Pisces friends that I have and the people in my life that are Pisces, they would rather have the experience and learn from whatever it is that they're gonna go through than to let you stop them from going out there and trying and making it happen or doing whatever it is that they want to do or whatever they want to experience. So Neptune, being Pisces ruler, Neptune is a planet that has to do with a lot of what I said the 12th house has to do with. Neptune is a planet that, okay, so on planet Neptune, imagine you're on planet Neptune. Imagine you are in a place and you can't see like arm's length in front of you. Everything is foggy and just unclear. So Neptune, to me, wherever Neptune is in your chart, it shows basically where we're not seeing things clearly. And I feel like that's what influences Pisces' whole optimism, the whole Jupiter big picture thinking. So it's like Pisces are optimistic, they focus on the bigger picture, but then Neptune clouds the vision. So that's where a Pisces decision might come off as delusional, because it's like, how are you doing that? Don't you see that, you know, like this X, Y, and Z can happen from that? And that is because Neptune clouds the vision. And that's where, you know, Pisces might end up having experiences that might be not what they expected, where have experiences where people take advantage of them or use them or abuse them because their heart is so loving and they want to help, they want to see the best in everyone and everything, and their vision is also clouded. It's almost like looking at life through rose-colored glasses and not seeing that that's not a person, that's actually a wolf in sheep's clothing, you know. So yeah, that's the combination of Neptune and Neptune and Jupiter within the Pisces archetype. Pisces is represented by the fish, and the fish being mutable to me reminds me of like basically water that has so many depths. So mutable water to me is like basically water that might be shallow over there, warm over there, cold over there, and just deep as hell over there, so deep that there is no end deep. So to me, the Pisces psyche is just pretty much, and the emotions that the Pisces feel go from one extreme to the next, not in the sense of a cardinal energy being you know, like initiating change, but just flexible. I feel like Pisces can be flexible, and when it comes to the emotions that they feel, feeling everything all around them, being sensitive to all around them. And I feel like that kind of depth, what I described with mutable water, so many different parts to it, that is the kind of energy that creates the kind of healing art that Pisces brings to our reality. That is the kind of energy that makes a person selfless. That is the kind of energy that will make a person basically volunteer to take care of babies and volunteer to take care of murderers or whatever. It's like that optimism and that flexibility, you know? The thing is with Pisces, I feel like that optimism and flexibility, and then the Neptune whole rose-colored glasses thing, it's like Pisces don't focus enough time and energy on themselves, as in on making themselves better. The amount of energy and dedication that a Pisces put into making others better. I feel like Pisces, you guys need to put that attention back on yourself, put that whole optimism thing, and basically focus on, you know, showing yourself the kind of selfless love and nurture that you give to the world. With Pisces being a feminine water sign, this means that, like an introvert, and I'm not saying all Pisces are introverted, but to me feminine energy is like introverted energy. That's the best way to describe it. So Pisces are water sign, and like an introvert, they gain energy from within. I wanted to touch on something in this video that I've mentioned in other videos about Pisces, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Those were the three signs that were assigned to new rulers, and even though the rulers fit the archetype of the sign, I feel like psychology wise it might fit the personality of the Pisces, of the Aquarius, and of the Scorpio. So imagine being born into one house and growing up in one house, the Jupiter house, the house of optimism, the house of, you know, just philosophy and positive energy, and just everything is larger than life type of vibe, and then being pushed off to another house, the house of Neptune, the house of spirituality, the house of your undoing, the house of delusion, the house of isolation. So it's like you go from this place where everything is just larger than life, and now you're in this place that, you know, there's isolation and all these other things that has to do with the planet Neptune. I feel like that can affect the psyche of the Pisces, in the sense that basically just feelings of rejection when it comes to the people that they really care about, not feeling understood by the people that they really care about. And that is why Pisces are known to go off into their own imagination and go off into their own dream world. And that could make sense too with Neptune being the planet of isolation. I can see why Pisces would want to be isolated with their thoughts. But being passed from one planet to the next, I feel like that shows like not being accepted, not being understood. And you guys tell me what you think in the comment box below. I just thought, you know, basically all the stories about the planets and everything play a part within our psyche. And I just thought that is something that, you know, I feel like that's important. And it shows why like Scorpios struggle with, you know, forgiveness or whatever. Aquarius always detaching, and Pisces also detach in their own way by going into their head. And I feel like that is a way to protect yourself. That is a way of being safe, you know? So yeah, in this video I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned in this video, but in the series of videos that I'm doing, basically I am saying how all signs aren't created equal. So all Pisces are not created equal, and I'm going to get into that. And what you will need for this is the numbers in your birthday. You're gonna need your birthday number and your life path number. And I'm going to put something up to show you how to find your life path number, and you do that by adding all the digits within your birthday and reducing to a single digit. If you are born, say, on the 17th, you want to listen out for the number 1 and you want to listen out for the number 7. But most importantly, you want to listen out for the number 8, because the number 17 adds up. 1 plus 7 adds up and reduces to the number 8. Basically, this is numerology that we're getting into. Numerology is something that you might have heard of, because I find that people with strong Pisces placements are into mystical stuff, fiction and fantasy. And as you know, there is truth to this mysticalness, fiction and fantasy. There's this saying that I have: just because they don't believe doesn't mean it's not real. So more than likely, you Pisces have come across numerology. I know my mom has a Pisces moon, and she's really into this. No, Pisces rising, and she's really into this stuff, but she just looks at it as entertainment. But I feel like she looks at it as that because her strong number 8 placement. I'll get into that later. But basically, there's a part of you that knows that all of these fictional things are real. So in numerology, there are numbers called master numbers, like the number 11, the number 22, and the number 33. We don't normally reduce these numbers, but in order to get your message, if you've gotten the number 11, the number 22, or the number 33, you will have to reduce them to get the message that I have for you. For example, the master number 11, you will listen out for the message that I have about the number 1 vibration, and keep in mind that it's amplified. And you will listen out for what I say about the number 2 vibration, because that is what the number 11 adds up and reduced to. The master builder number 22, you will listen out for the number 2 vibration. Keep in mind that it's amplified. And you will also listen out for the number 4 vibration, because that is what it reduces to. The master teacher number 33, you will listen out for the number 3 vibration. Keep in mind it's amplified because it's repeated. And then you will listen out for the number 6 vibration, because that is what it reduces to. So even Pisces in February and March are going to be a little bit different. Why? Because February carries the number 2 vibration. So these are going to be your Pisces who are super sensitive, super emotional, and depending on the other numbers within their chart, a bit dependent, and might depend on like sex or social media or drugs or whatever it is that we do to escape as humans. So basically, Pisces strongly associated with the number with February. I'm not saying all Pisces that are born in February do this, but whether it's eating or whatever, basically the number 2 vibration is super sensitive, is super nurturing, is super caring. Pisces in March are going to be childlike and playful and just youthful overall, and may have a hard time with following through with things because the number 3 vibration just gets bored super easily. So if you have added up all the numbers in your birthday and reduced to a single digit and got the number 1, you are a Pisces that comes off super confident. You are a Pisces that comes off as a natural leader, even if you don't feel that way within yourself. But within yourself, you might feel like a leader, courageous and just bold, because in numerology, the number 1 energy is the father figure. The number 1 energy is the beginning. The number 1 energy is the ego. It is creation and just being creative on a whole. And the number 1 energy is very protective. So you might be a Pisces that's born on the 17th, and you are super, basically, even though your numbers add up to the number 8, everything I mentioned about the number 1 is all a part of who you are. Like, you're super protective of the people that you love, and you might even be the one that people go and get to fight their battles, because again, with you looking at the bigger picture and wanting to see the potential in people, you might not be able to see that people are using you. Pisces strongly associated with the number 1 energy will be Pisces who are, are more loners than the other, because the number 1 vibration having to do with the ego, you'll be reflecting on how to identify with this physical world and things. Pisces who are associated with the number 2 vibration, oh my goodness, you guys are super emotional. Just thinking about you guys, I think about like a washcloth just super soaked with tears. Whether you are crying because of tears of joy or crying because of just like life just not seeming like it is working in your favor. People strongly associated with the number 2 vibration tend to sometimes get heavy bags under their eyes because they mourn things way longer than they're supposed to. But these people with the number 2 vibration, I feel like a lot of your pain will come from you putting people above you, with you feeling that you need to pretty much, it's basically with you feeling that you need others to complete you because you really don't. So the number 2 energy represents the mother. The number 2 energy is very nurturing, very caring. This is the energy that bridges people together. And the number 2 energy can be codependent in the sense that it supports negative behavior in order to keep everybody happy. Or the number 2 can be dependent because it doesn't trust that it has what it takes when really it has way more than it takes. Because believe it or not, even though the number 1 energy is the father and the leader, the number 2 energy is what puts things into motion and makes it what it is. It's like the number 1 is the leading actor, the number 2 is the supporting actor. And best believe supporting actors make the leading actors look like leading actors. So don't ever basically devalue yourself or what you offer. People strongly associated with the number 3 vibration, Pisces strongly associated with the number 3 vibration are going to be Pisceans who are super creative, basically super just inventive in thought and just imaginative. This might be the Pisces that loves watching the game or playing the video game, but there's a youthfulness to this Piscean. Maybe earlier in life, people might think that this Piscean has speaking or reading or learning issues when that is far from the case. It is just that this Piscean is very imaginative, and the number 3 vibration has a very busy mind. So it's easy for this energy or this person to just be, you know, flexing from one, imagining one thought to the next. Like basically this is a Pisces that really enjoys their own imagination, that really enjoys observing the playful side of their imagination. Very creative. These Pisces are the ones who write beautiful poems and make beautiful music and write films, and basically these are our creative people. These are our performers. I said our writers, our singers. These are our entertainers. These people are youthful and playful for life. They might have a hard time following through with things because the number 3 vibration gets bored very easily. Pisces strongly associated with the number 4 vibration, excuse me. The number 4 is a hard worker. These are the Pisces that will be committed, and probably committed to people and things that they shouldn't be committed to. Committed to people and things that will take advantage of them. Where this Pisces can have a mom who is, sad to say, a mom who has taken advantage of them and basically doesn't have their best interests at heart. But this Pisces will never see it, and no matter how much they get hurt, they'll keep going back for more. These are the Pisceans that will commit to the job or commit to the relationship. And when it's time for things to be over, time for them to move on, they might find that they have to be pushed out, forced out, or have traumatic experiences in order for them to walk away. Because when the number 4 commits, the number 4 takes their commitment very seriously. The number 4 is a hardworking number. Like Drake says, you never see me out because I live at my workplace. That is the number 4 vibration. Just super hardworking, all about securing a foundation for themselves, all about just basically dedication and stability is important for the number 4 vibration. Pisces, strongly associated with the number 5 vibration, might have a hard time with commitment, will have a hard time with stability, and basically just following through, because the number 5 has to do with sudden and unexpected changes. Unless, like for example, I've met a Piscean who had strong number 5 placement but spent time in the military, and the time in the military helped them to develop a certain kind of routine and discipline and consistency that they were able to apply to their everyday life in order to basically have the peace that they need. But the number 5 vibration is a great communicator. These people are your smooth operators. These people are good at these are your salespeople. They can talk you in or out of anything. A lot of our writers are strongly associated with the number 5 vibration. Google a few of your favorite writers, you'll see that they're strongly associated with the number 5 vibration. So that makes you an amazing writer, speaker, and storyteller. The number 5 needs constant stimulation. I've probably said that. The number 5 gets bored super easily. The number 5 doesn't like silence. So you might go to the home of a person strongly associated with the number 5, and you'll find that in the living room, the TV is on, the radio is on. In that room, they're on social media watching YouTube, and in some way, somehow, they are engaging in all of it. Because the number 5 vibration doesn't want to be alone in silence, because they're afraid of what they're going to hear within themselves. The number 5 is super telepathic and has the ability to connect with realms. So these Pisces might have been told they were crazy because they said something or knew something and someone dismissed them. So they learned to keep that quiet, keep that within. So basically maybe exercise or, you know, different ways to escape is how they're able to cope with this side of themselves. But I am telling you that there is nothing wrong with you. You are just super special and super telepathic, just super psychic, super psychic. And when it comes to work, Pisces strongly associated with the number 5 vibration, you want to do work that allows you to pretty much be free. Work that allows you to travel and meet and communicate with different people on a daily basis. Like no 2 days needs to be the same for a person strongly associated with the number 5 vibration. Pisceans strongly associated with the number 6 vibrations are going to be Pisceans who value their home, family, or even community, or even just love and relationships on a whole, because the number 6 rules home, family, love, and relationships. The number 6 looks pregnant, and that is because the number 6 is super nurturing, wanting to nurture everyone and everything around them. So these are going to be the Pisceans that might work in a hospital, similar to the number 2, if I didn't mention that about the number 2. They might work in a hospital or a school or a facility where they're nurturing and taking care of people because they have such a loving and caring heart. And, you know, this would be a perfect place where they can express that side of themselves. This is also a Pisces that might be more absorbed in the material side of life. This might be a Pisces that might find that they spend a lot of money and energy on material things, a need to keep up their physical appearance. And it is important for people strongly associated with the number 6 vibration to know that true success comes from emotional and spiritual growth. Once you are successful that way, basically there is nothing that you cannot gain if you were to ever lose it, you know? Another thing with the number 6 vibration, because they define success based on the material things that they gain, they might tell themselves, when I get this car, when I get this house, when I get these things, that is when I'll be successful. If that's the case, we'll never feel successful because material things are always depreciating and losing value. Pisces strongly associated with the number 7 vibration is going to be a Pisces that is going to be a loner. This Pisces is going to be super introspective. This Pisces might struggle with the fact that they feel things and just knows things. So if they grew up in a religious background, this might really mess with their head, because they are able to just tap into things, know things, and just feel things and whatnot, and it's like it can't be explained. The number 7 just represents introspection. It represents investigation. It represents research. It represents looking deep into a matter and coming up with truth. Most number 7s are introspective in the sense that they are constantly observing themselves and constantly searching for something within themselves. And what the number 7 is searching for really is God. And God can be found within us. So yes, that is the introspective side of the number 7. So this is a Piscean that will be into metaphysical work and psychic work and occult type topics and different things like that. Because based on their introspection and their observation, they realize that basically that is where it's at. Pisces strongly associated with the number 8 vibration will be the Pisces who will have a hard time accepting the spiritual side of themselves. This will be a Pisces that pretty much ignores the emotional and spiritual side of themselves by working extremely hard. Similar to Pisces strongly associated with the number 4 vibration, these Pisces like to commit and work hard. The number 8 is a delegator. The number 8 is a overseer. The number 8 is a student and a teacher for life. So this might be a Pisces who is always trying to add value to their lives by going to school and trying to gain an education, is how people strongly associated with the number 8 will add value to their life. The number 8 is all about overseeing and controlled networking. I don't know if I've said that. So Pisces strongly associated with the number 8 will pretty much be good at just being managers, CEOs, being in charge of others and delegating. And these Pisces will be attracted to wealth and making money. If they choose to make money the wrong way, these Pisces might end up having to learn the hard way, because the number 8 vibration is naturally attracted to money and wealth. It rules the material plane. So these Pisces might feel a need to have the nicer, finer things in life. And having rose-colored glasses on, these Pisces might be optimistic about careers that maybe they shouldn't be optimistic about, careers that can possibly put themselves in danger, you know. But overall, yes, the number 8 vibration is a student and a teacher for life, hardworking delegators, people who are good at overseeing and just making sure that the collective on a whole stays in line. That's why they're your managers and your supervisors. Pisces strongly associated with the number 9 vibration. So these Pisces are so sweet. These are the Pisces that are super selfless, because the number 9 is your humanitarian. People like Teresa, Mother Teresa, and Gandhi are strongly associated with the number 9. The number 9 is a humanitarian, and Pisces is already selfless, like the number 9 is selfless. The number 9 is mutable, meaning it's flexible, like Pisces is mutable. The number 9 is a chameleon, meaning that it is like water. Wherever you pour it, it will fit that mold. So I feel like these Pisces have to be extremely careful, because it is easy for them to easily be influenced by the wrong people and spend time around people and pick up their ways and start to believe that they are like these people, when really that is not who they really are. So I feel like Pisces strongly associated with the number 9 vibration will basically spend most of this lifetime trying to rediscover themselves. At the end of relationships, they'll realize that things that they thought was important to them wasn't important to them. People who are strongly associated with the number 9 vibration also enters into relationships and feel like they're being controlled. And this is because that whole chameleon part. In the beginning, being so flexible and coming off as if, you know, being who people want you to be. It's like in the beginning, it's like you come off that way, but then once you get comfortable, you're like, hey, like, I don't like this and I don't like that. And people are looking at you like, hey, you've changed. But really, you were just trying to not rock the boat, because the number 9 doesn't rock the boat. And with the number 9 being a humanitarian and selfless, the number 9 is so selfless that if you add any number to the number 9 and reduce that number will remain the same. Like the number 2, 2 plus 9 is 11, 1 plus 1 is 2. That is what a true humanitarian or a helper does. Help people by not changing them, adding value to them, but by allowing them to be themselves. And that is what the number 9 vibration does. So yes, Pisces strongly associated with the number 9 vibration are going to be the Pisces that are super friendlier than the others, super youthful, playful, and just community oriented. Because within the number 9 vibration, you'll see the number 3, which is childlike, playful, creative, and youthful. Within the number 9, you'll see the number 6, which is all about community, family, and responsibility. So these Pisceans will naturally take on that whole youthful, community, family-oriented vibe, or just basically just fitting the mold when it comes to the people that they associate themselves with and hang out with. The number 9 vibration basically has a hard time letting go. So these are going to be the Pisces that have a hard time with endings. They have a hard time letting go and walking away from situations that are way overdue. Situations that they should have walked away from a long time ago. I hope this video was helpful. If you have made it all the way to the end, please give me the thumbs up so I know that you made it all the way to the end. I thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Please like this video. Please comment and share your experience in the comment box below, and share it with someone you know that might find it interesting. Don't forget that self-awareness is a superpower, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.